Start.
Started.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Revanth, and today we are going to discuss about one of the topic in cybersecurity, that is browser exploitation framework. In short, we will call it as a beef. Now, let me tell you what is the beef is about. Okay, the beef primarily focus on exploiting vulnerabilities within the web browser to gain control over client-side system. It also allows security experts to simulate real-world attacks and identify potential weakness in the web applications. Now, my other teammate Darshak will continue with the slides.
Yeah. Thank you, Raman. Today, we are going to discuss about B. Let me start with overview. In this overview, we have a topics like what is beef, installation requirement, how it works, beef architecture, future and commands. We have one case study, original case study, and along with few example attacks and overcome. First of all, let me explain what is beef. Beef is a browser exploitation framework. It is a powerful tool used to secure a web application and web browser. In this tool, we have different types of commands which are used to extract details from getting details from attacker, which will be consuming and displaying this field. Beef enables security professional to identify vulnerability in web browser and take control of them to execute various attacks. It is used JavaScript and it by working injecting a script into a web page. It in web page we can create a basic HTML file, anything. In that file, we are identifying the elements. Based on the elements, we are getting the details. We are attacking the details. With Beef, attackers can simulate various attacks such as phishing, drive-by downloads, key loading, and cookie theft. Beef allows attackers to interact with user browser in real time, monitoring their behaviors, hijack their sessions, and gain access to private data. It is a valuable tool for accessing the secure of web application, developing efficiency countermeasures against the attacks. Now let's discuss about installation and its requirements. Beef is a Linux-based tool and it required Linux operating system. Actually, we are using Windows, so in Windows we installed virtual machine with the Linux operation system. Beef can be installed any Linux distribution, including Ubuntu, Debian, or Kali Linux. It requires Ruby 2.4, 5 or higher to be installed on the system. It also required SQLite 3 database to be installed. It requires web browser to be used as a target for testing and exploiting vulnerabilities. Beef requires a basic understanding of web application security and ability to write and modify Java code. Beef it can be installed from an official GitHub repository or from pre-built packages available in some Linux distributions. In this, now in our project, we use predefined pre-built packages in the virtual machine. The installation process of Beef involved downloading and installing the necessary dependencies, configuring the database, and setting up the web services for the tool. And next slides will be discussed by my teammate Praveen.
Yeah. So this is Praveen. So we have seen what are the installation requirements for the Beef tool. So let's dive into how it works. So Beef uses a JavaScript file which is hook.js. So this hooking script establishes a connection between the victim system and the attacker's Beef server. So once it is a connection being established, so we can get access of the victim's browser. So this is an web interface will be provided for the Beef. Which we can use to manage the types of attacks which we will be doing on the browser. So coming to the Beef features. So the beef is generally used for the security evaluation of the web applications and web browsers. So beef identifies the vulnerabilities in the web browsers and the systems, and it allows the user or the attacker to execute the certain type of attacks. So it works by injecting a particular script into the web page, which will be providing a real-time interaction with the browser interface. So whatever the victim enters the data into the browser, so we'll be getting it in the real time. So and the beef also enables us with the real time attacks, which are like phishing and keylogging. Keylogging is basically getting the data in the real time. So beef also provides an user friendly web interface, which will be providing us the detailed reports of the which of the types of attacks are used, and the types of number of the victims who are affected by our attacks, and it can be extended with the custom modules, so it depends on the user. So beef is an open source and it supports multiple operating systems and web browsers as well. So we have seen the features. Now let's see how what are the commands we'll be using in the beef tool. So I said the hook command. So we use the hook command to connect to the victim's browser. Uh, and kill command. This command terminates the connection which has been established between the victim system and the attacker system. And the persist command, this helps to maintain the connection, once the user has terminated the browser, it still will keep the connection live, so it doesn't kill the connection as soon as the user closes the browser. So GeoIP lookup, this will give the exact location of the victims. So keylogger, this is the command which I was talking earlier. This command enables us to record the keylogs which are entered by the victim, might be like the credentials, which are the user logins, and the credit card information which he might be entering into the browser. And get privileged, this will give the privileges which the browser has the ability. So we'll be getting what are the privileges and the permission that the target browser have there. So and these are the commands, and beef also is not limited to the certain commands which I have explained above. We can create custom commands depending on the specific requirements and the requirements of the attacker. So we'll be seeing the beef architecture that will be explained by my friend.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Revanth again. Yeah. I'm gonna explain you the brief architecture, what it is about. Like here, as you can see, the attacker has a beef UI, and the beef UI is sharing the link to the all zombies. The zombies are nothing but the victim, which are getting attacked by the attacker. So in this case, the attacker is using beef user interface. Okay. During this scenario, the attacker can send the commands, and he has a complete control over these over these victims. Whenever he can send the URL link, he can send the URL link through the different resources like Gmail, SMS, or anything. So whenever he sends the same URL to the different persons or a group of persons, when they click the URL, then then the script will be executed in their browser, and the hook will happen. This is how it is happening. Now let me go to the commands and show you all these commands in the demo. Let's go to the demo. Uh, Actually, my system is a Mac OS. I'm using UTM software to show you the virtual demo. So here we have used, I need to mention this, this is a Kali Linux environment we are using to show the beef demo. This has been installed here in my OS in UTM application. So here I'm just logging into my Kali Linux system. This is the Kali Linux. Here, let me start the beef here. Uh, yeah, I'm going to the terminal. In order to start the beef, you should always log in as a root user. So I'm just logging here as a root user. So let me go to the, if you want to see the list of the folders which is there in this, we have to go to the beef, and beef can be downloaded through GitHub. I have cloned it from the GitHub. So this is the one. Now let me start. To start the beef, we have to use beef-xss. Now let's wait for some time. It is executing. Now the beef web page will automatically pops up here in the Firefox browser. So when you see here, you will be having some of the script. This is a hook script. This is a script we use to hook the browser of the victims. So this is a main script. So that this is the main script which can be injected into the browsers, victims browsers, so that the attacker can be able to execute the commands like whatever he needs to perform. Okay, so this is the one we are talking about, the hook script command. Okay, this is a, this will be injected into the victims browser whenever that you will be seeing in a short time. So let me go back to the beef URL. We just came now. Okay, we have already in the web. This is a beef login page. Now I'm just logging in as a this is a username which is already predefined, and you can change whatever the username you need in the config file, config.json file. So I'm just gonna give the password here underscore o5. Okay, not saving it. So this is a attacker's UI. So as you can see here, these are the attacks which we have performed earlier when we were testing this tool. Now we have created one scenario like the original attack, like how the original attacks happens. I'm just logging into my system. So let me show you the attack. So you might be getting something like this. Congratulations, you have won $20,000. Whenever whenever user sees this, he will be like tempted to click the URLs wherever it is, right? I mean, so the attacker is trying to get the victim's browser here. So this is a link he's providing here to the victim, whoever the may be. Here it is just being sent to me. Like you can use a number of users here so that they can be also use it, like so they can be also use this, and they will be also get caught by the attacker. So whenever the user clicks this URL, so this is a page we have developed. Uh, so these whenever the user gives a particular, these might be the sensitive information which will be given by the victim. So he is a victim now. Now let's go back to the controller panel. Before, we don't have any online browser here. So whatever is there under the online browser, these are vulnerable now. They can be attacked. I mean, these can be attacked now. Since this user click this link, his browser got like whatever he's seeing here, this got hooked. We have created that. So let me give the credentials. Let me give the information here, what the attackers want. I'm just giving my number, SSN number, whatever it might be, and bank account number and driving license. These all information are sensitive, and it can be used for a more any danger. Uh, it cause any threat to the user. Bank account number. This should not be sent. This should not be sent to anyone. So this is what he's gonna get. Like when you see in the control panel, uh, just go to the logs. Here you can see like whatever the user is typing over here, user typed, you can see the name, my name, and mouse clicked. Whatever the user actions, those are also being caught here. So this is what the attacker is going to get from the user. So whenever you click that URL, everything, whatever the actions you perform, that will be getting recorded over here. And if you go to the details here, you can get a variety number of details, right? I mean, these can be more vulnerable. So these are more sensitive information you're getting, like the demo page, everything, like whatever the user, uh, whichever the user browser is, and what is his IP address and everything, browser window. And you can also see the Mozilla Firefox, the user which browser is using, and the platform Linux, that is Kali Linux, that is a platform we are using right now, and cookies and everything whatnot. Like these are the, and this is the port number, everything will be displayed over here. Now let me just show you some of the commands uh, here, which can be performed by the attacker. This is one of the command Google phishing. This is nothing but whenever you just execute this command, you will be getting something like this. Okay. Whenever the user is trying to see something informational here in this page, we can redirect this and give him, he may be thinking like this is a Gmail, so that he can give, there is a chance like he can give the email address of his and give the password as well. So now let's just sign in. Whenever he just signed in, it shows something like this. Oh no, this is my personal one. And yeah, when you come back here, these details will be caught by the attacker. Whatever the username, and what the username is, this one, just now I typed this, and the password, even though the user might not be knowing that these details might be caught. This is what happening in the background by using this. So when you come back again, and let me just refresh this again. I just want to open it again. Just give me some time. Yeah, we got it. Okay, this is a separate screen we have now. Now this is one of the attack the attacker can do, and one more attack I'm gonna show you, like fake notification bar Chrome. Okay, the fake notification, fake flash update. Yeah, let me take you this. Whenever the user is searching something, he may get something like this, right? I mean, whenever he's doing something in the browser, whenever he's doing some a useful one, when is referring any useful one, if something pops out like this, an update, when he might be using Adobe, so he just think like we need to install it or remind anything, he can keep it like that. I mean, he can click it. This is what happens. I mean, this is somewhat like the attacker may inject something to crash his or her system here. He may inject some code into the system so that he can get some use in that. Okay, this is what happens. This is a command. Here you will be getting like the attacker will be getting like user has clicked. Okay, so whatever the option may be, he clicked it. Okay, So the program might have been installed in his system and executed, and it may destroy his system as well. We don't know what might be the his plans, the attacker plans that might be happening over here. So this is one of the attack, fake flash player update. And let me explain you the few of the couple of the attacks so that you'll be get to know like what are the attacks will be happening here. Create a alert. So I'm just using as a warning here, just showing you the all the attacks in past. As you can see here, whenever we execute this command, you will be getting here something like that. Warning. If you click OK, then it comes back again. The command will be executed. So whenever you want to communicate with the, you want to like when the attacker want to communicate with the user, you can use this, right? Let me show you like how we can communicate. So this is what he can convey through this. Your system is hacked. So the user will get panic and these things. He can warn him. He can do whatever he want with this create alert dialog. So this is one of the command we have in the system, and we have some of the useful attacks as well. So this is a iframe. So let me take any of the other URL here. Give me some of the URL. Let's go to the SEMO page. So if you want to redirect the users to the SEMO page, okay, just take this URL and paste it over here. So as I'm just keeping it side by side so that you can see the operation here. Whenever I execute this, this will be redirected to the SEMO page. So this is what happens when you use this command, redirect browser. So what here happening is whenever the user wants to, whenever the attacker wants to redirect the users to the different browser or a different URL, he can use this command. And we have something like this command is generally used whenever the user wants to inject or when he wants to give some program to the attacker system, like to hack something in their private system. You can use that. I'm just executing it over here. Now you can see something like this. The icon. Your browser appears to be out of date. Would you like to upgrade? If you say whatever it may be, not now, you just clicked on it. Now this will be getting, the command will be getting. If you click S, then the user accepted it. This will be shown here, and the code might be entered into the user system, like the victim systems. Anything may be happening. So this is one of the attack, and so these are some of the attacks we have in our UI. And let me explain you about D theft. So this is what happens, like whenever the user is searching for anything, like okay, let's assume the scenario like he wants to check something in the SEMO page. Okay, he might be checking the SEMO page, and during that time he just executed this command pretty theft, so that the user, here you can see the Facebook. We have a number of applications like this: Facebook, Twitter, anything, LinkedIn. You can give anything you want. Like I have just selected Facebook over here. If you can see here, you have many things over here, right? You can give whatever you want, and the clear these things are there. When the user is when the victim is searching something here, he needs to go into this site again. So he thinks that Facebook is something, uh, it's normal thing. So he may give his credentials here, and I'm just giving the fake email address, and I don't know like whose address is that. I'm just giving something here. So the user might have sent the real ID and password. So whenever you just click it, you can see the username and password which I have typed now. So this is what happens. There are n number of various attacks still there in this system. He may think that like the user may think that it's normal, but everything will be recorded over here by the attacker. He is attacking and he's monitoring every each detail of the user, like whatever he's performing. It's mainly this is I'm showing you whatever is this is browser exploitation framework. Like it mainly focuses on the browser. Whenever the victim is using this browser, this is what happens. Like there are a number of attacks you can see here. There are many attacks, but ours is a browser exploitation framework. So I'm showing you the attacks related to the browser. So to overcome these attacks, we need to always ensure that our anti-theft antivirus is always active. In this system, we don't have any antivirus, so that the attacks are vulnerable now. The attacker can have the attacks and he can attack the victim's system. So in order to avoid this, you have to have the antivirus system in your system. So it's always better to have that. Now, my one of my teammate Sujith will be explain you more about the overcome of uh, these type of attacks. Sujith, you can take it up from here.
Hi guys. Till now my teammates have explained what is beef tool and how it works, and they have explained the real-time scenarios and what the features and the commands which we have used, and the how prerequisites and installations. Now I will explain about how it can be overcome. Beef, it's a browser exploitation framework, is a powerful tool for testing the security of web browsers. However, it can also be used maliciously to attack vulnerable browsers. To overcome threat of beef, it is important to keep browsers updated with the latest security patches, like updating the things, what are the required things. Use strong and unique passwords and implement network security measures such as like firewalls and intrusion detection systems. And moreover, additionally, we can also add some of the things, can conduct regular security assessments and penetrating testing into the identity and address vulnerabilities. So these are the things which we can use to overcome that before they can be exploited by attackers. Yes.
Let me tell you. I just wanted to show you one more thing here. Thanks, Sujit, for that. I'll show you one more thing here. I just wanted to show like how I hooked that our page here. I just wanted to go to the folder beef and extensions. This is where we just kept our code. So this is the main thing here to understand how this is getting hooked. This is the one reason we are using the script under the score hook.js. This is the reason why it is getting hooked. So I just wanted to show you this, guys, so that it will be more helpful for you, like to understand the things, how is happening. Hook.js is the one we have to inject in the script here in this browser, like in this JavaScript file. This is the JavaScript file we are talking about. So because of this, we can able to get the access of the victim's browser. So the attackers might be using this to have the attacks. So in order to avoid this kind of attacks, so we need to have a more we need to be more careful, and should be the system should be updated to the till date, and antivirus and patches, everything has to be done on the time. Thank you. And our team is our group is 5, and these are our teammates and myself. Thank you, everyone. This is our presentation on beef browser exploitation framework. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
can stop the recording.
Yeah.